don't believe I have any finished objects. I should really be more organized when I do this, but what's the fun in that? Hello. Welcome to Eden's Fun Crochet. I'm Eden, and this is my corner of YouTube. So this is a channel where I like to talk about mostly crochet, but all crafts are welcome. And today I'm gonna talk a little more than just crochet, I do a little life update at the end when I actually have something to update you on, and it's been kind of like chill these last couple of podcasts, but today I got some stuff to say. So we'll just jump into my whips. I don't have any finished objects. I haven't really done a lot this week, crochet wise, just because I was like really sick with like my own health issues, like not corona or anything like that. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. But okay, if you haven't seen my other podcasts, I should probably explain. I've been wanting to make a sweater for a hot minute. I haven't made a sweater before. I mean, I made one once. I didn't follow pattern. It was hideous. It was snug. I don't wear snug things. Like, everything I own is loose. And so I was just like, made this hideous sweater, like in a color I don't wear, in a style I don't wear. And I mean, it looked fine on me, but like I didn't like the way like the arms looked, and like anyway. So I kept it for a hot minute, and then I never touched it ever. So I frogged it. And so I don't consider that actually making a sweater. And so I've been kind of like having it in the back of my head, like, ooh, I'm gonna make a sweater. And so, but then I just didn't ever do it. And then I watched like a bunch of Tell Me About Your Rhineback Sweaters by, oh crap, I forgot her name. Christy Glass. Yeah. Wow, I don't know why that was so hard for me. And I don't knit, but like, it just kind of got me like, ooh, I want to make a sweater. So, because a lot of the people in her videos, like, is the first time ever knitting a sweater. And so I was like, oh, like, I want to do that. And I've been kind of like low-key obsessed with being a Ravenclaw. Like, I go like through like waves of being obsessed with things, and like I've been obsessed with Ravenclaw stuff before, but like, yeah. And so I wanted a blue and gray sweater, and I couldn't find the right yarn, and I finally found the right yarn, and then it was sold out. And then I found a good yarn, but it was like more than my budget. Like, I understand that like people who dye yarn, like, it needs to be, because like they have to pay for the yarn and the dye and then make money off of it, and I understand, but I just don't have the budget for it. And so I decided to dye my own yarn, and wool is too expensive, and so I decided to go with cotton. And I know cotton isn't really like the thing to make sweaters out of, but you know, who cares? Sorry, I need to like stay away from the light right here because there's like my window, and so it's like, and then my sleeves. Disco ball. Anyway, so I dyed my own yarn. So I dyed it on gray. Let's see if I can. There you go. I dyed it on gray yarn, so I just did tie-dye because why not? I only ended up doing half of my yarn because I ran out of tie-dye. And then, so I bought 16 skeins, and I'm going to dye 14 of them. And then, like, all the ribbing and stuff, I'm going to do with just gray because it's mostly blue. And then it's, like, mostly dark blue with a little bit of light blue and gray. And so then I'm going to do gray for all the ribbing. So I'm doing Crochet Magic Striped Sweater. I'll put all the information in and stuff. Oh, the yarn I use is, I love this cotton, just so you know. But so it's Crochet Magic Striped Sweater, and I'm like, it has like stripes and do color changes and everything. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do my stuff. And I wasn't going to, but I think I did decide I'm going to do, like, I'm going to switch every other row so that I don't get, like, weird pooling and stuff, and then it's going to be, like, switch halfway through, because I realized that when I was dyeing my yarn that, like, they're not all the same, because I was doing it kind of weird anyway, and then I have to, like, stop and do it again later, and anyway. So, I'm going to do that. I haven't started it yet, but I'm only, like, 4 rows in, so I'll probably do that on the next row. But, so how this sweater is constructed, it's a free pattern, by the way, free. You do the front panel and the back panel, and then you do the sleeves and connect it all together, and then you do all of the ribbing. So, I mean, when I found it, I thought I was going to be working from the top down, like, in a round, and then, like, you split for the sleeves, but it's okay because I kind of like this idea better, because in the picture, hers is kind of wide, and, like, this shirt is probably the widest I go. And so, I'm gonna see if I can make the ribbing a little bit longer and, like, fix the collar a bit. And so it's kind of nice that, like, that's the last step. So this is all what I have done. I think I talked about dyeing the yarn last time. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded. Because I didn't record, and then I recorded, and then I didn't post it, and then I posted it because I wasn't recording, and now I'm recording, and anyway. So, I dyed half the yarn, and now I'm 4 rows in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 rows in. So that's that. That's all I've really done. I did make some progress on my shawl. So this is Mace of Skeins toucan yarn. Mace of Skeins. Here's her. I swear, this light. Mace of Skeins is probably backwards too, but this is her little logo, and this is the colorway Flash Dance in fingering weight, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. In Flash Dance. Wait, no. This is toucan. The other color is Flash Dance. I'll put in the picture. But so this is what I have so far. So I'm not following a pattern. I'm just doing, like, a half circle kind of vibe, and then I'm gonna fade it because, like, the colors are similar as you saw in the picture. And so I'm going to fade it and then do, like, a cute little border all the way around. And so I'm excited. I don't work a lot with smaller yarn. So, like, yep. That's what I have so far. Not much, but I've been a little busy. So yeah, it's fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I live in Utah, so, like, I mostly work with worsted weight yarn, just because it's cold here. Like, I know it's not cold all the time. Like, right now it's been, like, in the high 90s all week. But, like, in June it was raining, like, a ton. And so, like, I feel like when I was a kid, summer started in, like, May and ended in, like, September. But now I feel like we, like, have a longer spring, and then, like, a short, like, fall kind of goes into December almost. Because it kind of, like, doesn't snow very much. Like, it snows a little bit, and then in January, February is when it starts snowing. Maybe I just, like, remember it differently as a kid, but, like, I remember once it snowed on Halloween, and that wasn't, like, weird. I would always pray that it wouldn't snow on Halloween. Like, it could snow a little bit before, as long as it melted, so I could go trick-or-treating. I remember that, like, being a thing, and now, like, it's like, oh, I hope it it actually snows this year on Christmas. Like, when did that change? Anyway, not here to talk about climate change. I have been, like, so I work at a store, and so, like, all the Halloween stuff is coming in, and I'm just like, ooh. And I'm planning a Halloween party for my church, and so, like, I'm just like, been in the Halloween mood for the last month, and I'm like, it's only July, but now it's August, so I could start, like, thinking about it a little more, and doing a little bit more, and, like, working on stuff a little bit more, and I always make my costume. Excuse me. And so this year, I'm going to be Luna Lovegood, which is perfect because the Halloween party, which I did not plan. Well, I mean, I planned the party, but not my costume according to the party. But it just happens to work out. Is Harry Potter themed. So it's going to be Luna Lovegood. And it's perfect. I don't know why I keep looking over there. I do this in every video. But usually it's over there. Anyway. So yeah. So I'm excited about that, and I want to start doing, like, Halloween crocheting. I just kind of want to make, like, a Halloween blanket, and then just, like, every year just pull it out and work on it during Halloween, so it kind of helps me get in the, like, Halloween vibe. But I have so much crochet projects between the two things that I'm actually working on, and then all the projects I'm not actually working on. And then someone in my life got pregnant, and she asked me to make her a baby thing, so now I'm going to do that, but she's not due till February, so I've got a hot minute. I say that, and then January is going to come around, and I'm going to be like, and then my brother asked me to make him a trash can for his car. So what my mom wanted a trash can that fit perfectly, like, in between the seats and the front console thing, and, like, so that she could just put her bag in there and then, like, in the trash can. And so I made, like, a square. I made a square. It was a rectangle, not a square. Made a rectangle so she could just put, like, kind of like, I don't know why she just didn't, like, get, like, a box or something and do that. But she's like, crochet me one. So I was like, okay. So I made her one. And this is a few years back. It was rectangle to fit perfectly. Like, I measured it and everything. So I did 2 strands together to make it more sturdy. And then on one of the ends, I made, like, a little pocket for an extra bag, so she could just pop it in. And so my brother, he had a Thunderbird car, and so it was like, didn't have room for that or whatever, but now he has a CRV, and he's like, can you make me a trash can? So I was like, fine. But he doesn't really, like, care as much as my mom, like, what size or whatever. And so I'm just going to make, like, pretty much one of these. Just kind of like a circle that, like, but smaller for his car. This is where I keep all of my bands and stuff from yarn. And then my knitting needles that I have no idea how to use. And then I also have this pair of knitting needles, like the cable, but I don't really knit. I mean, if I sit down and, like, think about it way hard, I can cast on, and I think I can do a stitch. I don't know if it's knit or purl, probably knit. And then I have to look up how to cast off because I've only ever done it once, because I never get that far. So, anyway, so I don't know why I started talking about knitting. So that's it for the crochet. But, so life update. So I think it's really funny. I was doing a life update because everything was, like, happening in my life and stuff, and then it just kind of stopped when I started doing life updates. And so I haven't really had anything to update on. Sorry. I ate spicy food, and it, like, tore up my throat. So, yeah, I'm not sick. I'm just, yeah. Anyway. Oh. Sorry, I'm going to pause life update for a second. I have a finished object, but it's not crochet related. That's why I was saving it, and then I totally spaced it. Wow, I'm, like, all over the place today. I made a purse out of trash. Okay. So when I was 12, I went to like a farmer's market, like a craft fair kind of thing, and I found a purse like this, but it's different. I think mine's better. And I paid $20 for it. And I tried so hard to recreate it, and I couldn't figure it out. I got like this far. I made like this many like things. So what you do is, sorry, I keep leaning forward, but then the light catches me. So you just take any chip bag. Most of mine are Takis. But you take a chip bag, and then you cut a rectangle, and the measurements are like 2 inches by 4.5, something like that. And then you fold it in half, and then, well, actually it's in quarters, and then in quarters again. Anyway, doesn't matter. Because you could just YouTube it, because that's what I did. And then you weave them together, and then you get something that looks like this. And then you sew the rows together by hand with like a needle. You just like go through and kind of weave them together, but sewing. And so this is I made like a little like wallet once, but this is the first like purse I made, and I have so many chip bags because I keep collecting them and I don't do anything with them because I say I'm going to and then I don't. So when my parents went away for the weekend, I was just like, I'm going to do something that I don't usually do because my mom babysits their kids, and I love sitting in front of the TV with like all of my like craft stuff spread out and just watch TV while I craft, but it's hard to do that with kids. So when they went out of town, I was just like, I'm going to do a craft. So I did a craft, and I cut a whole bunch of these so I could like take it with me and stuff, but then I never do it, so I just folded. So, I mean, I didn't do all of this. I did this much, I think, because I got to the white when I stopped, and then I kept going. Because I think the white in here looks kind of tacky. I'm not sure if you can see like the like nutrition facts and stuff. And so, oh my gosh, this lighting. And so down here, there's no white because I stopped doing that. But I didn't want to throw it away because like that's why I'm using these chip bags and stuff to kind of be like a little less wasteful. And so I decided to do a row of white. And then, so my next one that I want to do, I want to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to do, like, rainbow, and it's so funny, because when I get, and I don't eat this many chips, a lot of people give them to me, but all the Takis are from me, and so it's going to be, like, rainbow, and then when it gets to the purple, it's going to be, like, purple, like, half rainbow, half purple, because I eat so many Takis. That's the only thing I eat, and I don't even eat that many as much anymore, because of my stomach issues and stuff. As you can hear by my voice, this is what happens when you throw up Takis. Don't do it, kids. Anyway, so that was my unfinished object. Sorry that I forgot about it, because I was like, ooh, I told you at the beginning, and then I spaced it and went straight into life updates. So life update. My parents went away for 3 days. And I ate some things I shouldn't have had because, like, I have to be really careful with my digestive system and stuff. And so I got really sick. I think Thursday. And I'm still kind of recovering from it. No, Thursday's when they left. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm still kind of getting over being sick. But not virus sick, Eden sick. And then I thought that my body, because my body was just so weak from being sick, I was just kind of like shaky and stuff, and then I had to go into work. And so I sat on my feet for 7 hours, and my neck had been hurting, but my neck always hurts. Not always hurts. It's just, I'm always tight. And so, like, when I, like, move my head back or forward, it always hurts my, like, it, like, shoots pain down my spine. And, like, when I say it out loud, it's weird. Like, I know that's not right. But, like, it just didn't seem like a big deal. Because I was just always tight in my shoulders. And so, on Monday, so today, when I'm recording this, is a Thursday. So, Monday, I was at work, and I was really weak and stuff, and my back was hurting. And I was like, but it, like, always kind of hurts a little when I'm at work, but it was hurting worse on Monday. And so I texted my mom, and I was like, do you want to, like, get me an appointment with your chiropractor? I've never been, but she, like, has so much, like, when she hurt her foot, when she fell off a ladder, she went to him. When she was, like, having leg problems, she went to him. When she had a rib out of place, she went to him. It turns out she had, like, a spine, not a spine, a disc out of place, so in her spine, but her spine wasn't out of place. Not her, that's not what I meant to say, not out of place. Hernia. Hernia? I don't remember what it's called, but something was wrong with one of her vertebrae. Anyway, so I was like, maybe I'll just go to him. He'll, like, pop me, do some, like, get rid of some of the tension, kind of make it easier for me to stand on my feet all day. So Tuesday, so the next day, I went in the morning, and he was, like, asking me all these questions and stuff, and I was telling him about, like, how, like, my spine hurt when I, like, moved my head, and, like, how my lower back was starting to hurt, and I thought maybe they were connected, and, like, telling him everything. And he took x-rays, and then he left me alone in the room to go check on one of his other patients with the x-ray pulled up on the screen of my spine, which was not straight. But it didn't quite look like scoliosis. And so I was just like, what's wrong with me? I was like, this does not look normal. And he just left me alone with my x-ray. And so I was just like, with no explanation. And so I, like, freaked out a little. I was like, I'm okay. Like, it's probably just scoliosis. Like, I don't know. Like, because, anyway. So, yeah. So he comes in, and he was like, so you probably noticed this isn't normal. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know much about the body, but I'm pretty sure spines aren't supposed to look like that. I mean, I didn't say that. I'm kind of a passive person. Like, I say, like, when I express myself to myself and to other people, but, like, when it comes to, like, actual things, I'm not very expressive. Anyway, and so he was like, yeah, like, your spine is twisted. And I was like, oh, like, I don't know enough about x-rays to realize that, like, the little bones on the side of because you know how, like, your vertebrae is kind of like an oval with, like, the sticky things. Wow, this is how much I know about anatomy. I didn't realize that they were slowly disappearing behind the bone because my spine was twisted, but it wasn't, like, straight twisted. It was, like, that twisted. And then he showed me another picture of my spine from the side where, so, like, most people's spines, like, they are a little bit curved. I mean, most people's backs are a little bit curved. So this is what I feel like a normal back would look like. This is what my back looked like. Not that, like, sharp of an angle, but, like, it was like a C, pretty much. My spine is a C. I looked up, like, the technical term, and it's called lordosis, or more commonly known as sway back. And so, like, my spine's, like, at the bottom. And then, like, my neck kind of also has, like, a weird curve to it. And so I'm, like, trying to, like, fix my posture. But anyway, so he did electric therapy, and then he also, like, popped me and, like, not rearranged, but, like, kind of, like, fixed it in my shoulders, because my left side had a lot of tension in it, but my right didn't. And so when he, like, did some stuff, and all the tension in my left side went away, and I was like, wow. Well, he was like, wow, like, doesn't that feel better? And I was like, it just hurts. But after, like, a little bit, it did feel a lot better. But now my whole body's just sore from, like, all the machines and stuff he put me on, because I had to do like these exercises and stuff. And turns out I walk flat-footed, so I like walk on my arches, which apparently is pretty common. So I have to like do like exercises to fix my feet posture, and then my back posture, and my shoulder posture, and my neck posture. So now I'm going to see him twice a week, every week for a hot minute, to fix my back and my feet and everything else. So now I have, well, not now, but I mean, because like I've had it my whole life, but now I know I have lordosis, and then I have all my stomach issues and stuff. So I can't eat anything, and now I can't even stand without like thinking like, oh yeah, like I need to like stand normally. And apparently I lock my knees. Like I've noticed that as trying to like fix my posture, my knees are always locked. So now I'm trying to like anyway, so that's my little life update. That's for the crazy heck of a week. That's why I didn't get too much crocheting done, because like, yeah, life happens. I'm not going to apologize for not crocheting, because crocheting is supposed to be a stress reliever, and if I'm not crocheting, then like, not stressed, right? But yeah, that's my life right now. And at first I was like, whatever, like it's fine. And then I kind of had a breakdown. Not a breakdown, I just like cried and was like, I don't even know how to stand anymore. And then, but I've also been having a hard time sleeping, and now I'm not allowed to sleep on my stomach anymore, because I sleep on my stomach, and so then my head is always turned when I sleep, and so that's why like all that tension had built up in my shoulders, and I kind of knew that. That's why I didn't think it was a big deal. So now I'm not allowed to sleep on my stomach anymore, and so now I'm having even a harder time sleeping. And then I've never like had a problem with my spine without like moving my neck, or like, you know, like I don't just sit there and like sitting still and like, oh, my spine hurts. Like it just never happened. But last night, this like weird pain like shot up my back, and I've never had it go up. I've only ever had it go down. And so I was like, and it woke me up, and it was only there for like a couple of seconds, and then it went away, and I was just like, and then I had a hard time falling back asleep, because I have a hard time falling asleep on my back. And I noticed if I try to sleep on my side, then like my body ends up like, half my body ends up like turning, and the other half is like on my stomach, and so then I'm like all twisted, and so I'm like, I just needed to lay on my back. And so then I put like pillows on both sides of me, so it kind of felt like I was almost laying on my side on both sides, because I had like pillows. And so it made it easier for me to not like turn. And so I was like, Mom, I need to get one of those like pregnancy pillows that like goes all the way around your body. And she was like, no. I was like, okay. But anyway. Yeah. So that's my wow, don't eat spicy foods, kid. Don't throw up spicy foods. That's what you shouldn't do. Anyway, so yeah, that's my life update. That's my crochet update. That's my craft update. Have a good week, and I will see you next time.